don't usually upload on a Wednesday. However, I thought I would show you how I'm making these 3D rose Charles Rennie Mackintosh inspired roses. They are 3D, they're like 3D bubble roses, but they're not the usual type. So I've got a little gel stirrer, and it's one of the ones with a pointy end, and I've just dipped it in some hard gel, and I'm going to dip that into some caviar beads. You could do this another way. You don't have to do this with hard gel. You could do it with like some sculpting gel and just make like a pea. I'm doing it with hard gel. So I've just cured that into place. Then I'm going to dip it back into my hard gel. And then before I cure it, I'm going to dip it back into the beads. This is just to, it's just sort of like a filler for the middle. Because otherwise it's going to take me ages to do those first few layers. Can you see it's kind of building up a bit? I'm going to pop that in the lamp. When I put it in, oh, this is the hard gel I'm using, the Cool One Step Gel from Bling Line. When I put it in the lamp, I'm constantly twisting it to make sure that it keeps its like round shape. So I've just dunked that in, and again, I'm going to keep twisting it. So you can see it's getting bigger, but I'm going to twist it so that the gel is like as circular as it can be. Cure it in the lamp, and again twist it while it's in the lamp. I'm giving it another dunk. So these are quite big 3D roses. You can see it's starting to take shape. That's going to go in the lamp, and then I'm going to go in with, this is Grand Canyon. I don't know why, but I wipe off the tacky layer before I do the colour part. You can brush the colour on. If your rose is too big to go through your pot, you'll obviously have to brush the colour on. I found that by dunking it in, I got a nice even coverage. I couldn't think what the word was. However, I did end up with quite a lot on there. So I did just take my little silicone tool, and I ended up just scooping some of the gel polish off from around the bottom bit. Because if I'd have put that in, that probably would have wrinkled. So I wanted to get rid of some of the excess gel polish. If you do brush it on, you might have to do 2 coats just to make sure that you've got nice even coat coverage. But I'm gonna pop that in like that. And you want to make sure you don't go too far up your little gel tool, because otherwise it will be hard to get the rose off of the tool thing. Then you're going to need some black gel paint and a nice super fine detailer brush. This is the Nail Sugar Natalie Mugridge detailer brush, which is not available anymore. I'm sorry. Again, I'm wiping off the tacky layer, and we're going to draw on like the petals. So this is going to be the hardest bit for me to explain. However, if you've looked at a Rennie Mackintosh rose, you can kind of copy it. I know this is 3D and his aren't, but if you just sort of do the, I don't know. So this is, I've just drawn on an outside petal. Hang on, you can't see. Come back up, Nats, come back up. And then I kind of draw on another petal, and then I curve another petal around, and it's going to go down to the bottom. Don't worry about going all the way down to the very bottom, because you're not going to see kind of underneath. Where have I gone? So that's like our outside petals. And then you want to start working on the inside. Now, I'm making the lines for the petals quite, they're not thin, they're quite thick, like nice visible lines. And I'm trying to make them all the same width. And they are slightly curved, but they're not wiggly like perhaps a normal rose would be. I'm making them like nice, although they're curved, they're straight lines, they're not wiggly. Am I making sense? And you will see what I've done. I will show you after I've finished it. I'm gonna, I don't know if you can see that very well. Can you see what I've done? Actually, yes, you can. That's quite good. So I'll pop that in for 60 seconds. And then this is optional, this bit. I dunk it again in my hard gel. You can just go ahead and just straight ahead and top coat. But I'm going to just dunk it in just to seal the gel polish and the detail from the gel paint in. And going to swivel it around, spin it around so that it gets its shape again. They're not all going to be perfectly round. Some are going to be slightly, like this one's not perfectly round. But that's gone in the lamp. And again, I just wipe off the tacky layer before I top coat it. I don't know why, but I'm going to show you it again. You can see it better now. because it looks matte. So you can see, there we go. Doesn't that look cool? A 3D Rennie Mackintosh rose. Oh, I love it. And then I'm going to top coat using Madame Glam's no wipe top coat. You can get 30% off Madame Glam using my code NATMARK30. This is what you might have to do with your gel colour, like how I'm doing this, because it's now too big to go in the bottle. So I'm just going to brush it on. But you want to make sure you cover the whole thing. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even do these matte. That would be pretty cool. But I'm going to leave mine shiny. That's going to go in the lamp for 30 seconds. And then all you've got to do then is they're going to have like little nipples underneath. So I'm just going to wriggle it off. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Then look, it's left with a little nipple. What would you call that? Would you call it a nipple? Sounds a bit rude. You're just going to file that off. And just file it so that it's got a slightly flat bottom. And then it's going to be easier for you to apply to your nail when it comes to adhering it on. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to use these yet because I'm trying to do a competition, but I honestly haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it. There we go. That's the bottom bit. But I'm going to show you some done ones. These are the ones I've done. Slightly different colours. You can see that very top one was my first one and the lines were wiggly. And I was like, why have I made them wiggly? Because that's not his style. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. God bless. Love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow with a normal video. Love you. Bye.